everybody, this is Shawn Powell. So I'll make another video again. Let me get outside my house here. Alright y'all, I'm going to talk about two things here. One is going to be when you're applying action, y'all. And I talk about it a lot. As a matter of fact, my Facebook group is named Action Takers for a reason. It's very, very important. But what I was going to say is, when you're applying action, y'all, and you're trying to learn your avenue, whichever way that is, and you're trying to master it, a lot of times you may not find people that maybe have, trying to get everything out of that avenue like you're trying to get out of it. When you focus and stuff, y'all, a lot of times when I was first starting Facebook, I had realized that I hit the plateau that everybody else had hit, and I kind of saw what everybody else was seeing, meaning that, I couldn't get any further. Facebook had limitations, certain things like that, and I started asking myself, what can I do to go farther? It's like I don't want to limit myself to, about how I can get out to people and things of that nature. So what I learned was, a lot of times when you hit your roadblock, y'all, God, and I knew it was the roadblock in Facebook because everybody hit the same thing. They were about that same level. It seemed like anybody was getting really any more leads than what I was just mentioning. And but what happens is, I feel like sometimes God wants you to hit your head on that roadblock for a while. And He's going to see, are you going to keep standing there hitting your head on that roadblock? Or are you going to take that really nice exit? And I've always pictured a nice exit, y'all. I've mentioned this before. The nice exit to me would be one of those really pretty ones. You're hitting the roadblocks right here, and it's going to be a really pretty one, all the nice trees going off. And it's just so easy to quit. You know what I'm saying? It's just so comfortable just to turn off right here and just quit. And in my opinion, I think God's like, all right, He's hitting his head on the wall, on that roadblock. I'm going to go have lunch. I'm going to take my time. And, I'm going to sit back and enjoy my lunch. I'm going to communicate with people. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to see, is he still hitting his head on that roadblock? Or has he taken that easy exit and quit? And if he does come back, he's like, I'm proud of you. I give you the answer. Bam, you go through that roadblock. And then it's not over, y'all. There's going to be more roadblocks in the future as well. A lot of times, I had to think outside the box to figure out the solutions that maybe I needed that other people weren't getting. And Facebook, it wound up being me getting a second Facebook account. Duh. Took pressure off both of them, doubled the amount that I could do, and my lead numbers went crazy. That was a time that everybody was using these autoresponders and Facebook and stuff like that, right? I was the same way. I thought I was going to set myself up with some autoresponders and sit back and let it do it for me. And Facebook called people out for it, and to be honest, they should. And what I learned almost immediately after Facebook had done that with the autoresponders and started banning people, or 2 weeks in jail and stuff like that. Most people I ever seen go in jail was because of the auto posters is what, if I said autoresponder, I didn't mean to. Auto posters is what I was talking about into the Facebook world. So I was a little disappointed. I just quit my job. I was planning on setting these things up, and but what I learned was when they took away these auto posters, the people in the Facebook groups were real people. So they weren't a bunch of machines that weren't looking at what you were doing. So you saw a lot of posts, and most of them were very generic. These I got this picture out in the back, the back of my office of my business, posted up here, stamped it up there, this is my business. I loved people doing that. Oh man, because I stood out so much compared to their generic stamps that they were putting out there in the Facebook world. And here I come writing content and taking pictures of me and my little boy and stuff like that, and just putting it up there, and it meant something, so I stood out. And if you watch one of my videos I did the other day, the day before yesterday, I was talking about how important Facebook is about standing out. Well, standing out's easier when everybody else looks generic and they're just using these generic pictures and stuff, so it even worked out better for me. But what happened was, and it surprised me, I decided that I was going to post on Facebook after they took out the auto posters, and I only did 13 groups twice, and I got over 40 some leads in that first day. And this was not from previous days or anything. This was just a starting point from that day. And I realized that the people in the groups, even though there might be less posting going on because of Facebook's changes, and that's fine, Facebook's changes, you're going to have to learn to deal with. You don't quit just because Facebook's made a decision, or if YouTube's made a decision, you learn to deal with it, man. This is the real world. It's just like a real business. You don't quit because the health inspector said something different, you know, if you're in the restaurant business or whatever. So in my opinion, you just got to roll with things, and you're going to learn how to deal with these things by applying action. And sometimes they are going to be them roadblocks, y'all. But you're not going to quit. You're going to keep hitting your head on it. You're going to keep going. But basically what I was saying is, I figured out that I didn't need to spam the world. One Facebook group, or if I've got 2 Facebook accounts, I take pressure off of them. I don't have to worry about ever going into Facebook jail. And I just get out to people. I only got, you know, I think the most I've ever had groups is 18 groups. So, you know, I'm not, like you've seen people have thousands of, you know, groups and stuff like that. I'm not even thinking anything like that. I'm literally thinking, you know, 13 times, manage it, or 15 times at most, manage it twice a day, and there's my free leads. And anybody who makes a like or comment is going on my friends list. How often am I creating, building people for my friends list that they're going to be watching me every time I post in that Facebook group that we both have in common because they get notifications? It's easy, y'all. And then you take the power of consistency, and it just starts making sense, okay? So the reason I gave you that example, it's not because I'm trying to show you and tell you how to do Facebook. If that's what you're interested in, great, maybe you need to hear that. But whatever avenue you're picking, y'all, there's always going to be a certain roadblock. And you're going to have leaders, especially leaders who do paid advertising, they just love to say this. Oh, don't do that no more. It's over. Don't use that, blah, blah, blah. Facebook is a freaking ocean of people. It is an ocean of people, y'all. You can never say Facebook is not the answer. I'm sorry. It's stupid for people even to think differently, to be perfectly honest. But even if I wasn't doing Facebook, I wouldn't tell, just like I said Craigslist the other day. It's not what I'd like to do. I can't connect with people very well on Craigslist, so my conversions weren't that high. It's not that it's a bad thing. It's still an avenue. It just didn't work for me. I found other avenues I was more comfortable with. So whatever way that you're getting comfortable getting out to people, you always want to put the hammer down and try to figure out what is my limitations, try to get beyond those limitations. And sometimes you got to think outside the box to get there. And you know, just how many people actually realize that just making another Facebook account, releasing pressure off of it, using the second Facebook account and just using that one for posting in the Facebook groups, maybe that's all you need to do in the first place. But you see what I'm saying? I mean, little thoughts like that, it's common sense, but so many people don't do it, or they'll quit, and they don't realize that right on the other side, that roadblock is the answer. It could be even freedom, and what they were looking for is right there in their grasp, and they just didn't go far enough. You know what I'm saying? And that's the honest truth. Y'all see that so many times. All right, second thing I'm going to talk about, y'all, I think is real important. Family and friends, y'all. All right, every time, I don't know if you've ever seen this, Muhammad Ali, you always see all these really positive posts and stuff like that. And I don't even know if he ever said this, to be honest. I really don't know. But if he did, that's awesome, because it showed how intellectual he really was, I guess. At least, you know, motivational parts in his speech. But I've seen so many posts where it shows a picture of him, and it's saying, it's not the mountain that gets you, it's the rock in your shoe. Now, y'all, I want you to really think about that. The first time I heard that, the first thought that popped in my mind, and still does to this day, is family and friends. Because so many of y'all, you're excited about a business, and we're going down a different path. Your family and friends, y'all, they're going a different way. You understand that? They don't get what you get. They don't see what you see. They haven't been in the Facebook groups. They don't know the leaders that's making more money a month than they are in a year kind of people. They don't get to see that. And to be perfectly honest, y'all, your family and friends are trying to help you out to the best of their ability, to the best of their intellect. And they all got that old Amway taste in their mouth, that bad taste, that multi-level marketing scams thing, you know, and stuff like that. So when they're talking to you and they're worried and concerned about things, they're being sincere. They're trying to help you out. So just understand that family and friends aren't trying to, you know, to be negative, yet at the same time, they are. In the sense of, you might know better than what they're knowing. So a lot of times, y'all, and I've heard this say this before, this is a real big saying too, observe the masses and do the opposite. Now, unless your family and friends that you deal with and hang around with if they're making the money that you want to make, if they're living the lifestyle that you want to live, today is Tuesday. I ain't worked in 6 months. I've been free from a job, to be perfectly honest, since May 7th of 2015. None of my friends are like that. I don't have any. So it took me walking a different path and stayed focused. And I didn't bring my family and friends with me because I knew deep inside it would probably hurt me more than help me, to be perfectly honest. Now, what I think, if you are getting out to online business, understand this is very important. Your business is going to be built by strangers, y'all. You know what I'm saying? These are going to be leads who have connected with you. And often, y'all, that's one of the most beautiful things, because if you come to Facebook, YouTube right now, you've never seen me before, and you're watching this video, and you see Power Lead Systems up there in the title, and I'm putting out content all the time for Power Lead Systems. I'm the Power Lead Systems guy. They are meeting me as the Power Lead Systems guy. That is priceless. That is branding yourself at the best level possible. You see what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, people meeting you that are not family and friends, people that you didn't work with, people that you didn't go to school with, people that you don't go to your family get-togethers and stuff like that. That's what your business is really going to be made with. Family and friends have a tendency, even though not meaning to do more hurt than good. Even though I know they don't mean to be that way, it happens, and it happens too often. I've seen so many people quit because of it. So just keep that in mind. If you really want to succeed for your family and friends and the people around you, go succeed so much that they can't help but see a change in your life. Your attitude changes. You're more positive. Your outlook on life's better. You feel better. They're wondering why are you going to every field trip with your kids. They're wondering why is the car always sitting home when they're on their way to work? Things like that, y'all. You go succeed so much, and then you'll get family and friends that are interested possibly in what you're going to do, and they're going to listen to you a little bit differently. Now, last part, y'all, and I've said this before in a couple videos, excuse me, I've always referred to as that really sharp guy everybody's got in their family, right? It's like that Uncle Jimmy, the rich guy. And I've seen so many people, they jump in online business and they're like, oh man, I'm going to get Uncle Jimmy. If Uncle Jimmy gets in, I am going to freaking make a killing. Oh my gracious, Uncle Jimmy's going to go so big in it and blah, blah, blah. There's nothing wrong with telling Uncle Jimmy about what you're doing, okay? And I understand when I say Uncle Jimmy, it seems like everybody's got one or something in their family, somebody sharp that might be interested in this. But you got to realize something, y'all. If it's that important that you get Uncle Jimmy in your business, whose business is it? Is it yours or is it Uncle Jimmy's? That's the God's honest truth, y'all. You need, if you want to tell Uncle Jimmy that you're doing something, y'all, I treat him no different than any other person I talk to. I don't care who they are. I don't care how much what they've done, what kind of leaders they are. I don't give them any different attention than anybody else. If you want to really impress Uncle Jimmy, go succeed. Tell Uncle Jimmy about what you're doing, that you're really excited about it, and then just go succeed. And if Uncle Jimmy is as sharp as you said he is, or she, whoever this person may be in your family, yeah, they're probably going to ask you questions about it and want to find out about it. But if you got to have Uncle Jimmy to succeed, then you're having a problem. Uncle Jimmy's going to be looking to see how sharp you are, and if you go out there and succeed, Uncle Jimmy is going to be watching you. That's how you're going to get somebody like that in your family who's really sharp, that you keep thinking, oh, if they just get my business, blah, blah, blah. Too many times, y'all, I've seen people quit. Here's another thought, y'all. And this is what talking on the phone's me like. If anybody's ever heard me talk on the phone, man, I'm sitting there telling you something I'll think is something else, When I first got in online business, y'all, in my mind, I collected arcade games. I got 13 big arcade games. You might have seen them when I walked out the door a few minutes ago. I got 2 of them in my breakfast area, and then my videos are in the background. I got a Miss Pac-Man and a Raiding machine, and I got all the, it's like 60 different arcade games on that one. And so it had a lot to do with my childhood. I love the art of it, and as a kid, I would have freaking flipped out if I knew that one day I'd have my own Miss Pac-Man machine. So it's a dream come true kind of thing for me, and I even painted it. And so I was getting stuff from Craigslist. I got 13 of them, so quite a few of them. In my mind, when I got an online business, I was thinking, man, I'm going to kill Craigslist. I'm going to figure out how to get out all over the world. I'm just going to go crazy in this thing, right? Now, in my first mindset, that's what got me excited. I did not do Facebook. I was 40-some-year-old man who didn't care about Facebook. My idea of Facebook, y'all, was me taking a trip to Myrtle Beach, and we're going Thursday, 2 days from now. Going to Myrtle Beach, taking pictures, coming home, and uploading them pictures, not to share, but to have as a backup. That was my idea of Facebook, y'all. That's the honest truth. So, in my mind, Craigslist was going to be it. Now, understand that when I got in Craigslist, I got over 100 leads in a fairly quick amount of time. Nobody converted. I talked to a couple of people, and I was excited. People weren't connecting with me the way I wanted it to. And I said that the other day in the video. But understand this, y'all. I had already lit a fire inside of my stomach and my belly that was just burning me up. And I already seen that there was light at the end of the tunnel, that there was another chance for me to get away. Instead of working 65 hours a week in a restaurant with no end in sight after 26 years, and that was 65 was one of the lesser amount of hours, my son not be able to stay home for half the week because I worked too many hours, I felt like there was no cap at this. It wasn't even that good of a business, the first business I was in, but the possibilities started making me think. So next thing I know, even though Craigslist wasn't going to be the answer for me, some of y'all would have said, all right, Craigslist is it. If this don't work, then I quit. And that's what you think, y'all. A lot of y'all think like that. You have got to have the dream big enough and just do whatever you got to do, y'all. Change what you got to change. You know, most of the people, their hang-ups is what stops them, and pride keeps them from going anywhere else. When I was in kindergarten, I had a really nice black lady who was a music teacher named Miss Chase. Miss Chase was my music teacher. And like so many kids, she would want you to sing it. She'd sing out loud and real, proud-like and stuff. And we'd even sound as funny, hearing her sing. But some of the kids didn't want to sing, so she'd make us come out in front of the class and sing, right? And some people think that's a bad thing or whatever. And she would teach, she sounded like a preacher. She'd sit here and say, don't let pride keep you from having fun. This could be something, she just let go and tell these kids, and they would open up and start singing. Every time I think of pride, I think of Miss Chase. I really do. I really think about her, about what she was teaching me about pride. And a lot of times, y'all, things happen in your life, and it comes back, and it just hits you, and you realize that I was 5 years old when I remembered this, right? But here I am today thinking about how pride could have been an issue for me. I'm blind in my right eye. I could make that a problem for me. My hang-up where I couldn't get out in front of a people and couldn't hold a stick to tell people what I think. You see what I'm saying? I got over my hang-ups. I got over my pride issues as well. And I think a lot of y'all, you're going to have to get tough enough in your business, believe in your business, and just quit holding yourself back, because you're the one stopping you. It ain't the people around you. If you were making a video like this and all your downline list and leads and members had seen and hear you being sincere, and all you got to do is mash the record button because all the actions you've applied over the last few years, man, this is Christmas to them. This is exactly what they want to hear from their sponsor, of somebody from a business or a potential sponsor into a business. You know what I'm saying? Their mentor. So anyhow, I'm going to end this. I wanted to get into a couple of videos before I start on vacation. I'm going to try to do a couple of them while I'm there. I'm not real crazy about walking around with people watching me talk with the stick. But again, it's me getting out of my comfort zone. As a matter of fact, I'll do better than that. I'm going to walk to the front of my house. Again, y'all, pride's such a bad thing, man. So I'm going to stand right here in front of my house and talk with a stick, and people can wave or whatever. Like I said, y'all, finding a business you believe in, applying action, and getting to the point that you don't give a damn what anybody thinks, that's the answer, okay? All right, till the next video. See ya.